Welcome to She Nannigans, a new and improved way of podcasting that celebrates the 40 plus woman but resonates with anyone still breathing. This podcast is different because we coming at you unfiltered, unrehearsed, and unapologetically unscripted. We're serving the real deal, no chaser. Though you might want one by the time we're done. Only time will tell. So come on in, sis. Kick off your shoes, grab your tea or your wine, no judgment, and get comfortable. Even if today's topic doesn't hit home, trust me, we'll be on your street tomorrow. You are safe here. Safe to express yourself, safe to be your best self, safe to love your whole self, flaws and all. This is She Nannigans, where grown woman conversations meet laughter, healing, and a little Holy Ghost realness. So, you ready? Let's get into it.
There's the wheel. Oh,
All right, so our first topic is God, I'm tired, not faithless. Examining the tension between exhaustion and expectation. Ooh, all right. What does that look like to you? Is there a healthy balance between the two? Can you balance the two? Or is one gonna always outweigh the other?
well, it is something that can be done, but some days it's hard. And it may seem like you're not being grateful for where you are, or your faith is. I'll just give an example for me. Like, I've been doing my job for like 21 years. And at times, you want to be thankful for your job because, that's how you pay your bills. That's how you're living. But at times, man, you get tired. You get tired. Does that tired mean that I'm not being um grateful or appreciative of where I am? Does that tired mean like, dang, girl, it could be worse. There's other people out here, in a worse off shape than you. Why are you complaining about this job, right? But it gets tired. You like I just want to win the lottery. I just want somebody to just give me $5 million and I can just travel. That ain't gonna happen, but it can happen.
Maybe.
But it can, you know what I'm saying? So, cause you do get tired and you may have a purpose, but you didn't pray for this purpose, and then now you like, I don't want to do this no more. And then sometimes you feel guilty because you don't want to do it no more when you prayed for it. You prayed for this. I prayed for this position. I prayed for this opportunity. Or somebody gave me this opportunity or provided me this opportunity. And now you're complaining about it. But you get tired. I know with the job in education field, the way it is now, from when we started, it's different. It's totally different. The system is different. The hierarchy is different. And you just get tired and it does not mean I don't have faith, like, but you just get tired. I think I go back and forth.
Yeah. And so I feel like, tired is the temporary. It's not your faith, should always be there because we gonna all get tired. That's a temporary, normal human emotion of being tired after we done prayed and cried and sung and stood and prayed the same prayers and cried the same tears and stood still and waited, and we just feel like we spinning our wheels. Like it's just like what when am I gonna see the fruits of my labor? When am I gonna see the results of what I've been praying for, what I've been asking for, what I've been crying for, what I've been still for? When am I gonna see that? And I believe that, that makes us tired. We grow weary. But the Bible says what? What does it say? What's
Don't
it
be
say?
weary in your well doing.
Because what's gonna happen in due season?
In the due season.
We
Faint
gonna
not.
reap
Reap
if
what
Reap
we
we
if we
faint not.
faint not.
Yeah. Yeah, we gonna reap if we faint not. So I feel like it's not a spiritual flaw to be tired. It's
Yeah.
just a human emotion. But
Yeah.
in that tiredness, we gotta keep the faith. And
Yeah.
so I feel like, you could very well be tired, but still hold on to your faith. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I think about that.
I think that, for me, I'm very optimistic all the time. I'm always on to something new, trying something new, doing something new. I'm never faithless. And I don't know if that's just by ignorance. And I always say ignorance is bliss. I've always been just, I've always believed in bigger things and everything. And I've always just never, for me, I've never asked God, where are you? Or lost faith in God, or lost in that way, in whatever I've been going through. And again, like I say, that may have just been out of ignorance. And I always say a lot of times I was just too ignorant to know. And there's nothing wrong with ignorance. I think ignorance
Correct.
is bliss a lot of times. Um, but like you say, you do get tired. But I'm the type of person, I keep pushing, I keep believing, I keep striving for something bigger, and I go even when I'm tired. So I always know that there's something bigger that I want, something greater that I want, and I just never lose sight of it. I never doubt that I'm not gonna get it or achieve it or do it, and I never lose sight of God in my life. That I can honestly say that I've never questioned God in my life, and I pray that I don't ever get to a point where that happens. But as of right now, I've always believed that God was right here with me, or he's, like you say, he will never leave you nor forsake you. Now I may, fall weary sometimes, but to believe that, to lose faith, no, I've never.
That and that's wonderful, Cassandra, because girl, let me tell you, I done
Yeah,
questioned God several
I
times. Where
understand. I
are you? What
understand.
are
And
you doing?
many
I
people,
don't
I've
see
heard
you.
many people.
Girl, but and that's a blessing that you've never been in that space, because that is a very scary space to be in.
Hmm.
When you are teetering on, I know that God is real, but where are you? Like, have you forsaken me? Like, what have I done to be put in this situation? I ask him that all the time. Like,
Well,
what
well,
have I done in my life where I am having to deal with this stuff?
right.
What was it that I did that ticked you off to the point where you were just not even like, what are you doing?
Well,
So,
there's the thing. I felt in my past, I have asked, what have I done? But I've never questioned or lost faith in in God. I've never believed that I was faithless or that He has just left me. Um,
and
that I've
that's
never
something, because
never felt like that.
yeah, unfortunately, I felt like that several times. Like, I feel like now I'm better. I mean, I know, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that he never left. But it was just like a feeling of, I feel like
Hmm.
you ain't nowhere to be found.
Hmm.
Although I'm still praying to you all the time,
Cause
I
that's
still feel
faith.
like, yeah, exactly, and that's the faith that kicked in, Stephanie. But it
Hmm.
still feel like you ain't listening,
Yeah,
or
and I think
know.
that the realness of it, because we are fleshly, so there's gonna be time our faith is not as strong as other. Not saying all you need is the faith of a mustard seed, right? And that's small, and the human part of us has the doubt part. If it is in there for a second, and sometimes we have to dismiss it so we can move forward in faith.
To
So
doubt,
so
to doubt
sometimes
what?
sometimes we doubt if we can do it,
Okay,
not even if God
just
can
doubt.
do it.
Okay, right,
We
right, right.
might
Yeah,
have
yeah,
doubt
yeah.
within ourselves, but that's the human part of us, because we might doubt
Hmm.
ourselves. We might doubt another person.
Absolutely.
But that part is the flesh human part of us.
Hmm.
Not saying that
Right.
we just like
Hmm.
totally no faith at all in God.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. That's the person that sustains us. That's our source for everything. So we know where our help comes from. Our help comes from the Lord. Yes, but at times we might doubt ourselves because we are human. We doubt our abilities because we are human. Because we are not knowing. We're not sovereign. We don't know everything. We can't control everything. That's why we put our faith in God. But for ourselves, sometimes we do doubt. Yes. I don't know. I ain't gonna do this. How I'm gonna do this? I ain't gonna be able to do this. Lord, you're gonna have to help me. It's gonna have to come from you. well, I ain't gonna be able to. That's the doubt. That's the
And
doubt
so,
I think that we do because so that part sometimes
yeah.
makes us tired that we can't
Mm.
go. Man, I'm tired of going to this job 7 days a week, or I'm tired of doing this. Yeah, you're tired because that's the human part. That's the because even when Jesus walked on this earth, guess what? He got tired. He knew his
So let me be
purpose.
clear about what I'm saying. I'm
I'm
saying
not trying to
I've
dismiss
never.
what
No,
you
no, no,
said.
no,
I'm
no.
saying what
I
I'm
no, no,
saying. Yeah,
no, no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying
But
what
I hear you.
how I feel about it.
But I know I hear you. But what I'm saying is, I never doubted that God has left me. I never doubted that God. I never, no doubt in my mind has ever went through at any point in my life to make me feel like that God has left me. I've never. That's never been anything that's crossed through my mind. I've never felt like I've done something so bad to where God was wrathing and raining down on me. But I have been like, okay, I don't, I have been like, okay, well, whew, what did I do to put me in this situation? Like you were saying early,
Yeah.
what have I done to put me in this situation? Not that God was being mean to me in the situation or making me have repercussions of something that I've done. I've always asked, like, what did I do to still be single, or what did I do to wind up like this? But to feel as though God has left me or that I did something to make God have a wrath upon me, I can honestly say that I have never had that feeling.
And that's really good. That's really good. So, yeah, I do think that, being tired does not necessarily mean that we are losing faith. So, because it's not about we don't have to try to do it all. And I feel like as women, especially women in our age group,
Yeah,
we feel like we have to do it all, especially
yeah,
those that are
Yeah.
juggling careers and marriages
Mm.
and children and parents and church responsibilities and
yeah,
just we try to juggle it all, and so sometimes our faith gets put on the back burner.
yeah.
And so the more we put our walk on the back burner, in my opinion, it becomes on the back burner. The more
It
we
does.
do, we doing all this other stuff. We're doing all this,
It
doing all this,
does.
doing all this. It's like, where is the time to increase our faith, to do the
Yeah,
things that will make us be more faithful, and to know that, hey, God is still in control of this thing. Sometimes we wear too many hats, and
yeah.
Yeah,
so
true.
yeah, I really feel like that could also be a big part of it. And it's
I do.
okay to be frustrated in it, I believe.
Yep.
But, be frustrated but not faithful less, if that's
Faithful.
even a word. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good
Yeah.
because when you started talking, I thought about like my dad's a pastor, and anybody know that like it's a pastor, and we're not a huge like 1,000 member church, and it's a lot of times it's put on the pastor's family to be there to do things. It is
Right.
always you're always there. You always got to be on. And at one time, I was like five different things in church, and so on Sunday, I felt like I was, clocking in at a job
Mm.
where I just got tired, exhausted, and then so what I thought I was doing, I was, you know, my works in the church was gonna be good enough, or whatever, but I was exhausted with church work and
Mm.
singing. I'm singing in praise and worship. I'm singing in the choir. Then I go and count the money in the bag. And then I gotta maybe do something with the kids, with
Right.
the youth
Then y'all have
department.
it. I tell you, you got to feed people. You
You,
got you
you,
got to
you know what
get
I'm saying?
food
That's
ready.
all in one Sunday. I need to be off on Monday from Sunday. So
Right. From
I'm
your
going
job, from your actual job.
from exactly. And it, when I tell you I got exhausted. And just to be really transparent, I told my dad I needed a break. So I took a break from my dad's church for 6 months. Sure did. 6 months. I was looking online. I was online to get a break. I didn't know when I was gonna come back. I didn't. I needed a break from the work. Mind you, I was paying the church bills. My bills were, I was putting my bills on the back burner just to pay the church bills and running around and doing this and buying this for the church, buying supplies for the church because I'm a finance person. Man, that was so much. And so when I finally said, hey, I need to put me first because that the church work had nothing to do with my salvation. It had nothing to do with my relationship with God. None of that mattered because I'm exhausted. And going to church is not supposed to be exhausting. You're supposed to be free. You're supposed to be free. You're supposed to feel better.
Refreshed. Yes.
Yeah.
So I had to, for 6 months, I was online, listening to another pastor, and I felt free in my uh roll, praise and lift my hands, singing. But then I knew my purpose was to do praise and worship. And so after 6 months of that hiatus, I went back and I just, like I never left. But I don't do all the other stuff no more. I choose what I want to do. When I go to church now, I know even with my praise and worship, it's different because I'm free of it. I'm not thinking about, damn, after this I got to count money, then I got to do this. I'm not thinking about that. I can sit and listen to the word and be a part of the service now. You know. So when you said that exhaustion, that I was exhausted. Sometimes with our faith walk, we do have to put ourselves first. We do, even in church.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm just gonna throw this out here. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Um, you can need rest and still believe in resurrection. What are y'all's thoughts on that? You can need rest and still believe in resurrection.
Hmm.
Because what happened after resurrection? Hey, I can preach
Yeah.
that. After hey,
What he
after,
had? What he had? All what? All
huh?
what in his hands? He had
Oh,
all what?
wow.
All power.
After
Of both heaven
resurrection.
and earth.
So the rest is needed. The rest is needed
Yes.
so you can gain some strength and power. Come on.
Correct.
The power's in the
Correct.
resurrection. And if you don't rest,
If you
hey,
run
what do you
yourself
have? You
down,
can't
you're
pour
not
from
going to
an
be
empty
any good to
cup.
anybody.
No,
Correct.
no, at all. You're not good to yourself or anybody else. Good job. That's good, Shan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the rest is needed. I feel that.
It is. It is. We not gonna get to the resurrection if we don't have the rest.
That's it.
We
Hmm.
not. We just gonna be spinning our wheels. We think we're spinning our wheels now. We really gonna be spinning our wheels. And hey, God will lay you down if He needs to.
Yeah.
It might not be the way you want to be sat down, but He
Hmm.
will sit your behind down if you don't have the sense enough to sit down on your own. It
Okay.
might be through sickness. It might be through sickness of a family member. It might be through something that is you don't want to happen. But the truth of the matter is, God's will is going to prevail in your life one way or another. You can either do it on your terms, which
Hmm.
really ain't your terms. His will is going to take place one way or another. So get the rest you need and don't think about it as, oh my
Being
God,
lazy.
I'm
You being lazy.
rest. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Get the rest you need and don't think about it like Stephanie said as you being lazy. We are 40 plus. We not young and spry like we used to be. We still look good as all get out. But, we have to worry about our health. We can't just do things like we used to. We
Hmm.
can't just take on all these things like we used to, and we still try to. Because
Hmm.
sometimes in our families, we're the only ones who will, who
Yeah.
can, who are willing, who are able. So it sometimes it falls all on one person. Thankfully, that's not the case for me, but I do know for some of you on this panel, that is absolutely the case for you. Not to say that they're not in any, some don't have siblings to do it. Some do have siblings and ain't willing.
Don't
So
want to do it.
Right.
it still falls on you. So, we just gotta stop confusing rest with retreat. Just because we resting don't mean we giving up. We not retreating, we not putting up the white flag. We're resting
And
in the
rest
moment so that we can.
and rest looks different. Rest might be sleeping. Rest might be going for a walk. Rest might be, hey, I'm going to get my nails done today, and it's about me. It's maybe about
Right.
self care. Rest maybe, hey, let me try to take a drive to San Antonio by myself to clear my head. Rest looks different. Rest may be, I'm not gonna stay to work till 5 o'clock today. I'm leaving at 3:30 so I can get in the bed a little early. That means rest. You're taking care of yourself. You're thinking about yourself. It might be reading. It might be about reading a book. It just might be just sitting in silence playing the Uno game on your phone. Me, that's what rest looks like. Yes. So rest looks different for everybody, and don't feel guilty because you're turning things off. You're pushing things away, or you're turning people away, responsibilities away to get your rest. Then, like um Shan says, you're no good if you're stressed all the time. You be wondering why your attitude bad because, or your hair falling out, or your blood pressure up because you're not getting that rest. You're not getting that
Yeah.
rest. And telling
And
people no, no, I can't do
It's
that.
not a bad
No,
thing.
I ain't gonna be able to do it. It's
It's
not. That's
not a
part of
bad
your
thing.
rest.
I mean,
Mm.
sometimes you have to say no. And then you
Mm-hmm.
have to expect the guilt trip that's going to come behind the why you saying no, because
Yep.
they expect
Yep.
you to do whatever it
Yeah.
is that you're saying no to. So you'll have to be able to stick to your no.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the hard
Yeah.
part we
sticking to
have,
it.
is sticking to the no.
Yeah. Even your parents. Mama ain't able to do that. That I'm sorry, I ain't able to do that. I'm not. And sometimes you feel guilty because that's your parent or your guardian, the person that has raised you, or whatever that is. You feel guilty because I feel like I'm obligated because they've done so much for me, right? They're my parent or whatever. But no, yeah, you gonna get this no too. You gonna get this no too.
Girl, you crazy. Crazy. Right. Crazy. So yeah, y'all. I think that was a really good discussion, and to bring it back full circle to the faith again. You know, without that rest, our faith is gonna suffer. I just really truly believe that when we are mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted,
Yeah.
our faith suffers. There's no way we can be all in with our faith. Not to say that we turn our back on God, or we don't think that He's there for us, because that's not it. I just believe our faith walk suffers. Our time spent with Him suffers. Our prayer life suffers. We don't have time to pray. I'm too tired. I'll
Yeah.
start praying. You wake up 3 hours later, like, oh my gosh, I didn't even finish praying. What's going
Yeah.
on? Because I'm mentally exhausted, or I'm praying, and then that thought pops in my head while I'm praying. That thought pops in my head while I'm
Yeah.
praying, because I'm mentally exhausted. It's so much going on in my head that I can't even concentrate on a prayer because
Yeah.
I'm mentally drained. I'm exhausted physically, mentally, emotionally. So we got to remember that faith is not so much about endurance, but not so much about energy, but I think it's about our endurance. And the only way we can have endurance is if we rest. So, God, I'm tired, but not faithless.
Yeah,
Amen.
that's
That's the
good.
play.
That's
Amen.
good.
That's the play.
This has been She-Nanigans. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Is that a heart? Can I? Is that? I don't know. Kind of look weird. Right.
Look like break time.
I
What?
cannot. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Like
Girl, okay,
do
look at those.
that. I
It look like you doing
Oh
cannot.
no,
gang
crip
signs.
sign.
It look like you doing gang
Okay.
signs.
Yeah.